Now, the original Callaway Rogue driver franchise was one of my favourites of the last few years, especially that Sub-Zero model was in my bag for quite a while because it flew like an absolute rocket. But there's a new version for 2022, the Rogue ST, ST standing for speed tuned. I'm going to keep this video really simple. We're going to hit 5 drives with this driver, 5 drives with the last year's Epic Max driver in the same shaft. We're going on this hole to ourselves here at Burghley Park Golf Club, going to see where they finish in a real world environment to see exactly what performance you can expect, how they compare in terms of performance, looks and feel, to see if an upgrade is worth your money. So the Rogue ST Max driver, as you can see, significantly different in the way it looks compared to the Epic Max. I didn't think the Epic Max looked especially bad, but the feedback was that it didn't look quite as premium as it could have done. I think the Rogue ST definitely improves on that. The big story with this driver versus what we've seen before from Callaway is this tungsten weight here in the back. So it's 11.5 grams, it's wrapped in TPU to stop it from rattling around, and then it's got an aluminium cover on it. It's noticeable, it's going to catch your eye on the shelf. You've got the AI speed frame jailbreak here, as well as a new AI face, and the face does look different as well. You'll see here it actually looks a bit more oval shape and quite a lot bigger than the Epic Max, so you've got a bit more face area to hit. I think down behind the ball you'll notice the difference in the way they look. So the Rogue ST Max has a matte crown. We've not seen that for a while from Callaway compared to the glossy crown on Epic. The face looks a lot flatter. Graphics I think could be better. It's almost like a clock face kind of design here on the back, which I think doesn't look great. But apart from that, I think it does actually improve on the way it looks down behind the ball. Obviously with the Epic Max you had the movable weight here in the back track. Don't forget, Epic Max is staying in the line for 2022, so if you want adjustable weighting you can get that with the Epic Max. Obviously Rogue ST replacing the Maverick line, so that's kind of how they look. I think a marginal improvement with the Rogue ST, but let's hit some shots now. We're going to hit 5 drives with each in the same loft, so we're going to hit 9.5 degrees, and we're going to hit it in this Mitsubishi Chemical 60X Flex shaft in both, so nice and consistent. 5 drives with each, then we'll go down this hole here and see where they finish. Oh, smoke that. Yep. Straight down the middle. Right, so we hit 5 with the Epic Max. Let's put this shaft in that head, same loft, and see where it finishes. Oh, I hit that really well. Instantly noticed the difference in the sound. It's a much quieter, kind of more muted thud sound to it. Definitely prefer that. It's similar to what I use in my TaylorMade Sim 2. So definitely passes the first tick box in terms of the way it sounds and feels. Let's hit a few more. Okay, so I've hit 2 shots already. Well, I'm immediately noticing that the ball flight with this driver is much straighter. The Epic Max, even though it's set into neutral shot shape bias, had a lot more curve to it. Hopefully I'm swinging pretty similar, even though this has got semi-draw bias to it. The ball flight is a lot more neutral, and I think that's given me a bit more control, but let's hit a few more. Straight down the middle again. Okay, so that's 5 shots with the Rogue ST Max, 5 shots with the Epic Max. Let's go and see where they finish, but I've got to say, I'm pretty sure the Rogue ST Max has blown the Epic Max out the park. Okay, so I'm down the fairway alongside 2 of my best drives. This one was with the Rogue ST Max, and then in line with it, this shot here was actually hit with the Epic Max. So clearly out of the middle, the performance was very similar. But if we move back down the fairway away from the green, we've got some shots here, and all 3 of these shots here, so this one here, and this one over here, will all hit with the Rogue ST Max. So clearly the Rogue ST Max is more consistent, it's delivering more fairways. Actually, the shots with the Epic Max were much more inconsistent. I've got one over there in the semi-rough, and this one over here was with the semi-rough as well, and there's a few in the rough over there. So general consensus is, what we can see here, Rogue ST Max, much more consistent, delivering me more performance on sense. I would say I definitely struck the Rogue ST slightly better, and obviously hitting it second, I was maybe a little bit more grooved into my swing and the consistency of the strike. But the Epic Max seemed to be more erratic, more inconsistent versus the Rogue ST Max, and it's finding me more fairways without losing distance. So hopefully this little on-course test has given you an insight into, in a real world environment, how does this driver compare with with last year's Epic Max. And generally speaking, I'd say the performance has improved considerably. I think the look of the driver has definitely been stepped up in a positive way, with the exception of this kind of clockwork graphic on the side. I think it looks more premium, more elegant, and it translates into performance as well. This tungsten weight here in the back seems to be delivering me a lot more stability out of the middle. The sound has improved immeasurably. It's less tinny, it's quieter, it's more dense. I think that really has improved a lot. And the performance wise, we saw from the test, I was a lot straighter with this club. The ball flight wasn't curving from right to left as much as I was expecting. It does have a slight draw bias to it, but it's not excessive. And I was finding a lot more fairways, and it seems to be longer on those slight off-centre hits as well. So across the board, I've been very impressed with this Rogue ST Max driver. Remember, this is only one of 4 models in the range. Unfortunately, we haven't got samples of those yet, but look out for a future Golf Monthly video where we're testing all 4 of those drivers up against each other to see which one might be right for you. But initial impressions are, with this Rogue ST Max, while it might not be the driver I would normally play, I'm very intrigued to try it a bit further, maybe out on the golf course, because with this extra stiff shaft, I was getting control and I was getting distance as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Do click the like button if you like what you're watching, and do subscribe to the Golf Monthly YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our equipment review videos. But that's all from me, from Burghley Park Golf Club. I'll see you next time.